Have I introduced you to a guy that met every criteria that you had, but he was 5'9", you'd say gives you the ick, and then you wouldn't talk to him?
No. Now, in the same token that we're asking the girls, what about the guys that are flexing their money, their cars, and everything, and when a girl hits them up, like, can you spend it on me? They're like, oh, no, you actually got to earn it. And I'm just like, I've had numerous girlfriends come to me where this guy is like, they have it all, and you know, the guys that have it, they don't even think twice. I'm gonna be honest, like they don't even think twice about spending it. It's a Louis bag.
I think it depends on the guy.
Depends on the guy.
I think it depends on the guy.
I'm sorry, whether it's a steak dinner or whether we're going to Topgolf and this and all these other things. Dinner, Topgolf, like all these activities, obviously, and the guy comes back and is like, "You just want me for your money?" And I'm like, "Wait, where does dinner guarantee?"
So. I'll tell you where the difference is. So there's men who use money as a crutch. These would be like sugar daddies, right? And they're on the first date, they buy a bag, whatever. And then there's men who use money as a funnel. This would be the guy who has the sick-ass penthouse right next to the club and has everybody meet at his place beforehand. And then when he's there, he has after parties. And then like he loads everybody up in his Range Rover and we all go to the lake together. That guy uses money as a funnel. Guys who use money as a funnel do really, really well with women because they generate genuine desire. Guys who use money as a crutch are always disrespected by women. And those women who are being paid by those guys for a crutch are always sleeping with some other guy who isn't paying them. That's always the case. So that's the reason why. And enough men share their stories over the internet, then we get to a point where enough guys who take Men of Action, for instance, my course, they come to the realization, I was using money as a crutch, not using money as a funnel. You got to use it as a funnel.
Now, what if that funnel is a black hole? A lot of men, they say they got it like that. They'll provide for a woman until the woman doesn't support the table that's being prepared.
Support the table. What
Does
do you
that
mean?
make sense?
No, when you be specific, you're using metaphors.
He could have options, but when you have a woman that brings a lot to the table that is options and more, what in the world goes through your head? Like, I would rather step out on this person and go out for another.
Evolution.
The answer is Charles Darwin.
Like, I'm sorry, like you cannot sell the dream. I sign up for the dream. You know the dream, and I'm telling you, my dream is Princess Jasmine flying on a carpet, and you're sitting here selling me the 3 wishes, and on my 3rd wish, you're like, actually, no, you gotta earn it. And I'm like, what?
Well, you have to think from his position. There's so many girls who want that Princess Jasmine fantasy.
And respectful, you're holding up the line. You're holding up the line for other men that are willingly to meet me halfway, and I don't gotta provide 100%.
You're missing the irony, which is you're also holding up the line. You're also holding up the line.
But the problem is you don't want those guys.
Right.
Have I introduced you to a guy that met every criteria that you had, but he was 5'9", you'd say gives you the ick, and then you wouldn't talk to him?
No, because I'm coming from a place of genuine love. Like, I'm not going to say that I wasn't in the nightlife and when I was here in Vegas, I haven't changed my life. I believe that everybody has their own journey. However, what I'm not going to do is keep having this mentality of like, we could partner together, and then I get into a relationship with you, and instead of it being like us conquering the world, it's competition. And when you lead, as a woman, you could lead further than a guy.
Because you're intense as
Hey, there we go. I'm sorry.
But here's the challenge. You want to be with an alpha man that's powerful. This collision is going to happen constantly with you.
The competition sounds hot.
But it's not a bad thing.
Right.
But there's a piece in you. I can tell you're fierce as shit. I like it. And you get with a guy who's also fierce. The last thing they want to come home to is fierce woman.
But I'm a peaceful woman at home. I'm like, leave that shit at the door.
I'm a peaceful woman at home. I'm
the type of person.
I'm peaceful. I'll make you go to sleep.
Wait, time out. I know it's crazy, but like, if I'm overstressed, I'm the type baking. I'm like quiet. I'm in my own world, and you're gonna have to pull it out of me. But at the end of the day, I won't tolerate sass. I'm not. Who's the princess here? Because if you want to be the king, that's fine.
You should get a guy that has a 9-to-5 job.
No.
Yeah.
Or a golden retriever.
Very secure with himself.
A golden retriever would actually help.
Listen, the part of your criteria is he doesn't bring business home. Then don't marry an entrepreneur or be with one.
No, because the thing is like I've met and I've had that business at home. Yeah. The thing is I could carry it, but when is our date night? When is the time that you and I get to spend?
I mean, it just sounds like you're just picking the wrong dude. Like,
because I'm coming from like a genuine place where I thought I was choosing the right guy, business and business. We had it all.
See, I think that's your problem right there, is because you've used two different contexts here.
Yeah.
One of them is business and business. You have not said boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband.
Yeah,
You said
no,
partner.
yeah.
Every single time you refer to another guy, it's always partner. That's f***ed up. Okay, next is this. You contextually right now, you're talking about something that's a business kind of thing. It's an economic decision. It's like, and then in the next sentence, it's like, but what about love? I'm all about love. I'm all about this. When's our date night? When are we going to have time for each other and everything else? You're conflicted between the business side of things and wanting everything to be sort of egalitarian, or you want the alpha male guy to sort of like step in and take control. But then you're also all about the love side and sort of this emotional side too. And I can understand that, because a lot of women are like this, because they cannot trust men anymore. They are taught that men are inherently untrustworthy. And so any guy who comes into the relationship has to deal with the conflict that you haven't resolved right now between the emotional side. I want to really love him, and I really want to have this, nice romantic Princess Jasmine going on. But then I also want us to be on the cover of Forbes and Money Magazine and everything else. So I think really what you need to do is you need to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to be more emotional? Am I going to be in my feminine energy? Or am I going to be more about like, okay, we're going to go and conquer the world with my new
Now, what if you
economic
did
business?
have the balance and you had like a life coach that you guys debriefed every week with business and personal, and you guys found the balance?
How old are you?
Why does
I've
it
heard
have
of
to be
unicorns.
business?
I swear, I'm being so serious.
how
I
old are
think
you?
therapy, I'm coming from a bachelor's
Yeah.
of forensic psychology. I value therapy. I'm going to understand why you do the things that you do. I'm not a judgmental person. I understand that if you're coming from this player energy, I'm not going to say I'm going to
if you want to understand why people do the things they do, don't try forensic psychology.
No.
Try evolutionary psychology. Try evolution. Your forensic psychologist professors are going to get angry when you tell them that you're looking at evolutionary psychology, because evolutionary psychology is offensive because it's true. All of it is true. It is the most accurate description of human psychology. And as Dr. David Buss said on my show, all psychology is an evolutionary psychology.
And the other thing with the life coaches and therapy is that it's all like designed for the treatment of women. It's not geared towards men.
Wait, she favored my ex and kept him as a client, so like that's not fair
something
to
going
say.
on right there.
Like,
ain't
Therapy is
it?
not designed for men. It's not.
There's something going
Therapy
on
is
right
not
there.
designed
I
for
don't know
men.
what, but there's something going on right there.
If therapy worked for men, we would not have jobs.
Oh, 100%. Therapy for women could legitimately be, hey, listen, let's get your feelings in check and let's work through these things, and then don't go to work tomorrow because it's fine, because your man is you don't have the burden of performance. You don't do as well at your job. Men still want to have sex with you. They don't stop wanting to have sex with you because you're not good at your job. As a man, if any therapist tells me that I'm enough or that I don't have a burden of performance, I will be broke and with a dry penis for the rest of my freaking life. If you seriously, someone, you can sit there and say you're enough, but someone will take your girl and take your job. They will do it. It doesn't make any difference how much it feels. Oh my, you're enough. Just go into your inner chakra, your inner energy, and just feel good about yourself, bro, and meditate.